Good morning, Northshore. It's Wednesday, June 25th, or actually, I guess it's still the 24th. And it's a little bit of a cloudy morning, but it's probably a little respite from the 80-degree weather we had yesterday. I hope you had an opportunity to get outside in a, of course, socially responsible way in terms of distancing. But it's been a fabulous summer week to start off our summer season. I have just a few items this morning. And also want to let you know that during the summer, I think what we're going to try to do is just check in once a week. And we're going to try to do that on Wednesday mornings. And we'll share that time with you coming up in the next couple days. So Alex will post it on social media, but I think we'll go to weekly check-ins. And if necessary, we'll add a few check-ins as we get closer to crafting our plan and communicating our plan as we work forward to think about opening school in the fall and what that's going to look like. But for the next couple weeks, I think we'll just stick with Wednesday mornings. So this morning, I want to share that summer school registration ended yesterday, and summer school classes, of course, this summer are all virtual, but we do have a number of courses that we're planning. And if you did register, wish you all the best. Also want to encourage those of you who aren't necessarily taking summer school classes to continue to check our Northshore Learns webpage, because we're going to continue to push out new lessons, new options, new projects, share new ideas. So it won't be learning in the formal school sort of way, but there's still a lot of learning that can happen in the summer outside the classroom. And I know for me personally, I always try to think about what is one new thing I can learn over the summer. Maybe a new, maybe how to knit again, or make a new recipe or something fun, just to think about this season and what we can really benefit from the most. I want to share that my article page continues to grow. A number of you continue to provide articles for me to read and the community to read. And Alex has put up the website banner that is on our website under nsd.org/nextsteps. And it's really, honestly, proven to be a real asset to have so many different people in the community, all of us looking at different articles and critically reading, because there are a variety of perspectives that are being put out, depending on whether someone's coming from a community health standpoint, perhaps economic driving standpoint. There are just a variety of perspectives. And I think it's really healthy for us to look at situations from every possible perspective. I think that's how we make our best decisions. And the more divergent our thinking is, the more likely it is we're going to center on something that's going to work for the most of us. So I want to thank folks for continuing both to read those and provide new articles as they come in or catch your interest. I want to mention that our governor yesterday has said that beginning Friday, it is a statewide mandate to be wearing a mask when we're out in public or at work. So for those of you who are actually still coming in to work in the district, or for those of you coming to the district for business of any kind, I do want to remind you that it will be required that you wear a mask at this point. In particular, the Department of Health and our governor have now required this. So it's very important for everyone's health and safety that we remember to mask up when we go out in public, and for sure on school grounds at all times until this directive is lifted. I want to mention that our summer lunch program again begins July 1, and we're looking forward to that. Alex, thanks for putting the banner up. If you need to have lunch provided or meals provided, remember we're going to do it as a one-time-a-week provision. So families order once on Sundays, and then they're able to pick up or have delivered a week's worth of meals. So for lunches, breakfast and lunches for their student. So no questions asked. It's a federal nutrition program during the summer, so there are no income requirements. So even if you've never utilized summer lunch before, perhaps, but maybe there are new expenses in your household, or perhaps somebody is not working in the manner they might have previously worked, please feel free to order meals, and we will work with you, no questions asked, to make sure students are fed during the summer. So July 1, that begins. And also want to remember, I want to share an update with our district athletics practices and teams. Deputy Superintendent Dugan Harmon is in charge of all of our district athletics for North Shore and has recently met with our Kingco Conference District. And the bulk of our Kingco County schools have determined that currently, as King County has moved to phase 2, even though there are less restrictions than phase 1, groups are still limited to 5, and in this case, 4 athletes and a coach. And the county health rules say that this cohort of 4 athletes and 1 coach, equaling 5, must stay together, and they're not allowed to mix with other cohorts, even the coach. So this coach and 4 athletes would have to stay together the entire practice, and the coach can't move to a new group of 4 athletes. So these are pretty restrictive rules. Social distancing must be maintained, masks worn at all times, and cleaning and disinfection rules all apply. In other words, in phase 2, there are still significant restrictions imposed on any types of practices. So we've had coaches and athletes and parents inquire about when will we start summer high school team practices. Well, we really, based on how restricted this is, are going to side with the vast majority of the Kingco schools, which are saying the similar guidelines is that we are not going to allow district athletic practices or activities until we're in phase 3 in King County. So this will apply to all North Shore teams, whichever county they're in. As you know, North Shore straddles King County and Snohomish County, but we're going to have one guideline or overriding rule. And in this case, we're going to go with King County. So we're aware that many teams would love to practice. We would love to have you out practicing. I know our coaches are excited to get going, but at this time, until King County is in phase 3, there will be no district-sponsored athletic practices this summer. We hope to hear from the WIAA, which is the Washington Interscholastic Activities and Athletics Association, very soon about their plans for the fall. And as soon as we hear from them, we will absolutely let you know. At this time, as you know, though, we're still in phase 2. Masks are required. Social distancing is still required. And therefore, we will not have practices for the foreseeable future until we're in phase 3. Having said that, I know that sounds a little bleak, athletes out there, student athletes, but know that on your own you can train. We just can't do group training at this point in time. So I know your coaches may be staying connected virtually with you. Know that we care about you, and know that there are athletics all over the world being impacted by the coronavirus. And every sport possible is facing this. So we'll do our best to keep you updated, but it's most important to keep you healthy and safe. So anyhow, that's really all I wanted to share this morning, and I will plan to visit with you again next Wednesday morning. There's a lot going on in the district. We're in the middle of our budget planning, as we would be normally. We're staffing. We'll be placing new administrative staff and new teaching staff, as well as taking care of the budget here in the coming weeks prior to our more focused planning for the fall reopening. I have still yet to see our over 12,600 data points from the survey, but my understanding is I'll have something to look at here by the end of the week, and I'll be able to share those big ideas that we heard next week with you. So until then, stay safe, stay healthy, enjoy this summer season, and remember to be kind to one another. I'll see you next week.